Assalamu alaikum. Join us for the new series here at Sunnahfollowers on the book called Termites by Sheikh Muhammad S. Adli, hosted and broken down by lailanasheeba. Please join us every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, right here on Sunnahfollowers.
Alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasulullah. Welcome to our hadith class. And the hadith for tonight that we're going to be studying is from the book entitled Termites. And that's the introduction that we just showed. This book is written by Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Adli. And don't forget, you can go to www.adlionline.com and purchase all his books. Different books he's written on hadiths that he's gathered from the Siddha hadiths that he's put together in different books that will help us to better understand and practice our deen. And let's take a look at the hadith for tonight. Let me put it up here, and here's the PowerPoint. This is the hadith and this hadith goes hand in hand with what we were speaking about earlier today about allegiance, the concept of la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Having allegiance to Allah, having allegiance to the Prophet. What does this mean? Having allegiance to the religion. It means that we do not go around making fun of Allah. We don't make fun of his messenger, and we don't make fun of our religion. This is something that the Muslim youth need to hear today. Let's take a look at the hadith. First of all, as Muslims, we must never joke or make a mockery of anything related to Allah, the religion, the Prophet, not to the people of knowledge. We can't even tease about the way we dress. We can't make fun of the jilbab. We can't make fun of the hijab, none of that, because this is not a joking matter to Allah. Listen to what Allah says in the interpretation of the meaning. If you ask them, they will say, we were just joking. Tell them by Allah and his prophets and by the verses of Allah and his messenger, you were making a joke. Do not make an excuse. You will turn into a disbeliever after you were once believers. In other words, what the Prophet is saying here is when we make fun of our religion, when we make fun of Allah, make fun of the Prophet, then we're leaving. That can take you out of the faith of Islam. In the early 2000s, a big innovation appeared amongst this ummah. And this is another reason why Allah is sending war and calamities our way. In the early 2000s, there emerged a group of young Muslim men and women who discovered that money can be made from a new platform entitled YouTube. So what these young Muslim men and women did was went and opened up a YouTube channel, and they decided that they would tell jokes and make videos about Islam, and the funny parts, the things that they thought funny about Islam, and in turn get a lot of people to watch so they can become famous. And they don't have to go out and get an education. They ain't got to work. They could just make their money off of YouTube. And it worked for them. Those young, uneducated Muslim women and men are still making millions of dollars. They're very wealthy. Allah gave them the money that they sought. But what price did they pay for it? Making fun of how we make wudu, making fun of how we pray, making fun of how the Muslim women dress, referring to women, Muslim women as wearing tents. You know, this is a sad thing to do. You know, our allegiance, if your allegiance is to the Allah, why are you mocking him? If your allegiance is toward the prophet, why are you mocking the way he taught us to pray? If your allegiance is towards your Muslim brothers and sisters, why are you making fun of how we women dress? But then you want us women to be oppressed by covering up our faces too, so you can make fun of that as well? Come on. You know, this was a big innovation. It made these young brothers and sisters very popular and very rich and wealthy. But what did it do to their deen? That's the question. Okay. So this is a serious thing. It's just like a termite, how a termite can eat away at the foundation of your home and destroy it. Joking about the religion can eat away at your good deeds. It can eat away at your faith and cause you to leave the folds of this religion. So don't joke about the deen. We have a hadith where some of the companions made a joke about people who were known for reciting the Quran. They said that those men and other people who memorized the Quran no one had bigger stomachs than they had. No one had more power than they, meaning that if there was a feast, they would be the first ones to go. But when it was a battle, they would be the last ones to go. So they were basically making fun of the people who were known as for being reciters of the Quran. And when Allah decided to send down verses about this, and after Allah sent down the verses, they said, "Oh prophet, we were just we didn't mean what we said. We were just joking." And that's why Allah sent down those verses of the Quran where he said, if you ask them, they'll say we were just joking. But tell them, were you making fun of Allah, his signs and his prophet? You have disbelieved after you have believed. Okay, so that's why that verse was sent down. So we have to be careful of what comes out of our mouths. We have to understand the concept of el-wala wal-bara. If we truly have allegiance to Allah and this religion, it will show through your actions. It will show through your words. It will show through your behavior. You wouldn't make fun of a person who recites the Quran. You wouldn't make fun of how a woman dressed in Islam. You wouldn't make fun of the way we marry, the way we pray, if you really believed in those things. And if you really had allegiance in regarding those things. So this is a wonderful hadith that goes hand in hand with what we've been discussing in our 6 o'clock class. So I want you guys to teach that to your children too. Never make fun of this religion, because Allah takes this religion seriously. And never make fun of him or his prophet. All right, so I want to stop right here. Subhanakallahumma wa